What's up, YouTube? I haven't hopped on here on a video in some time. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've talked to you guys on here. Anyways, so what I'm going to be discussing is how I have removed bad habits from my life and how I structure my life in a way that makes it so not only is my life optimized, but I'm not so focused on the vices and all that stuff. So what is that, right? What are the bad habits? What is vices, etc.? And I talk about this routinely on my channel, for those of you that don't know, right? And what these are is anything that is routinely negatively impacting your life. So that could be partying a lot, that could be smoking, that could be whatever addictions that you might have towards things that are negatively affecting your life. Now, I say negatively affecting your life because there's things that you could do that may be a vice to somebody else, but may not be a vice to you. For example, I could play an hour of video games and shut it off because it's not something that is destroying my life, right? I don't play video games. I used to play them for like the entire day back when I was like 14 years old. But if I were to play them now, they're not really that fun for me. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't look at it as like a vice of mine, right? It's something that I could do for a brief amount of time. Will I enjoy it? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played them in so long that I don't even know if I would. But let's just say I did enjoy it. Like, I know that it's something that I could stop doing, right, after a certain amount of time. So when I say vices and all that stuff, that is referring to the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that are basically part of your daily habits, right, that you cannot hold yourself back from doing for whatever reason, right? That could be an addiction to smoking weed, caffeine, whatever it is. That is something that you got to figure out for yourself. So identify what those things are, right? And the way that I identified what those things were was by asking myself, if I remove this thing from my life, how will I feel, right? Will I feel like I am missing something? Will I feel like I am losing something in my life? Or will I feel like shit for not having it? Like if that's how I'm gonna feel, then I know that it's not something that's positive for me. So something that I stopped doing probably around 8 months ago now, something like that, was drinking. I realized that I was just drinking a lot more than I had liked to, especially for my goals. And it just wasn't something that was really like an active problem in my life, but it wasn't something that was conducive to the goals that I had at the time and the goals that I have right now. So I have not drank since November. I'm posting this video in May. So anyways, May or June, whatever. I haven't drank since last November. So anyways, my point being is what I did was I just woke up the next day and just stopped. That's all I did. It was like a cold turkey type of situation. And it wasn't something that was a challenge because I just realized that it wasn't something that was aligned with my goals. It wasn't something that was benefiting me in any way. Like, sure, I felt nice, I guess, while being drunk, but it wasn't something that I really needed to feel. I wasn't addicted to it per se, right? Or at least I wouldn't have said that. It's not like I was drinking every day, but it wasn't something that was aligned with my goals. And that is the key, is when I removed it, I realized that I didn't feel that same, I guess, high, right, of drinking the alcohol. And that's when I realized that it wasn't really that beneficial for me anyways, right? Because what happened was I started consuming less calories, and my body fat started going down, and then everything else just started falling into place, right? Everything that was related with that. So my health became a lot better, my skin became a lot clearer, and everything was just a positive impact in my life as a result of removing it, right? Now, maybe I felt like shit temporarily because I was used to ingesting that on the weekends and whatever, but in the long run, you feel a lot better. So whatever that looks like for you, identify that and understand that it's just, one, it's a matter of willpower, and two, it's a matter of goals and intentions, okay? Or 2 or 3, whatever, right? If your goals are like mine, especially in fitness, where you want to lose body fat, you want to go ahead and get more toned, you want to put on more muscle, things like that, then drinking alcohol is not going to be very beneficial for you unless you plan to do some type of steroid cycle or something like that. Now, I didn't plan to do all that. So because I didn't plan to do all that, then, and I'm doing it naturally, then alcohol was just not conducive to those goals, right? It was not something that was going to help me. So that is what I did, right? I never had a problem with smoking or anything like that. Some people do. And if that's you, then try removing it from your life for a period of time. I usually recommend around at least like a 30-day period and see how you feel, right? If it's something that you see that is putting a big hindrance on your life or your productivity or whatever it is, then it probably would be best if you cut it off, right? But maybe you are similar to me, where you remove smoking and you realize like, oh, I didn't really do it that much anyways. And it's not really affecting my life whether I do it or don't, because it's not even something that I really do. Then that's that, right? For me, I have never smoked weed in my life, probably never will. If I ever do, it's not going to be something that's going to be on a regular. And I would just never promote it, right? But that's why I say it is 100% just based on how or what is affecting you in your life. I've seen people be addicted to the Zins, the nicotine pouches. Meanwhile, for me, I've tried it. I feel like absolute dog shit when I do them. So if you're addicted to the Zins nicotine pouches, God be with you. I don't know how you guys do it, but for me, they just make me feel like absolute shit, even the smallest dosage. So that's just not something that I will be partaking in, right? That's for you guys. So, but of course I recommend that you don't do them and you stick with the natural order of life. Anyways, with that being said, what I've done was I have just constructed my life around a purpose of fitness and productivity and around positive habits, right? I think that is the one thing that has really brought it all together. If you're seeking some type of purpose and some type of way to go ahead and something to focus on, then I would highly recommend just sticking to personal development, right? And taking your fitness seriously, taking your morning seriously, your life intention seriously, and realizing that none of these substances actually matter, okay? If you ever feel like you need any type of substance in your life, like external substance to go ahead and input into your day-to-day, and that is what's going to make you feel fulfilled or make you feel good for that day or whatever, then you're clearly missing something in life. You're clearly in a position where you're not happy with your natural state because you feel like you need to alter it all the time. And that is when you really know that you're in the position that is dangerous, because it compounds, man, right? One day of doing heroin is probably not going to kill you, probably. But 30 years of doing heroin, you're going to look like a completely different person, right? You're going to look like a freaking zombie. So that's the point, is that you just need to make sure that you got the right positive habits. Wake up early. If you guys want to do the ice plunge and journal and all that stuff, you could do that. I don't do that, but I wake up early, right? I hit my gym session. I track my macros. I make sure I feel good and that my body is naturally operating at the highest level. And that is the ultimate form of not only pleasure for myself, because I know that I'm proving it to myself every day that I can take care of the one thing that I have full control over, but also just respect for the people around you, man. If you're not respecting yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself in the way that you know that you need to be doing, then you're just not respecting the people around you. You're not being a good example of the right person for somebody to be, right? Whether you're a guy, girl, whatever. And that is my complete outlook on it. So with that being said, I wanted to just hop on here real quick and just give you guys a quick video insight into my mindset. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm not even going to edit this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.